Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, get ready to tune into an incredible podcast experience. Welcome to Suited Tutor, the podcast show that delivers enlightening insights and captivating knowledge. Prepare to be amazed as we dive deep into the exciting world of education and empowerment. And now, it's time to introduce your extraordinary host. Give a roaring round of applause for the one and only Wolfie Lloyds.
101.1 FM, and it's Tuesday the 15th of April, and it's that time in the afternoon where I usually do the live interview. So today we have Kevin Ramchuran, personal maths tutor, and Sidra Mansoor, student and personal tutor campaigner from on the show with us today. Good afternoon, Kevin and Sidra.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Well, can I just say thank you for taking the time out to talk to us here on Unity 101 Radio this afternoon about the work that you're doing out in the community. So, whilst it may not work for everyone, how does one-to-one tutoring help students to do better in schools? Kevin, as your personal maths tutor, and can I just ask how long you've been doing this?
Well, for tutoring, I've been doing this over 8 years now. I started when I started teaching at the same time. And while having experience in tutoring, I have seen a significant improvement in the students' ability to achieve some certain outcomes.
Right.
Like one of the results that we had last year from the National Tutoring Program is those who take in tutoring did 2.5 times better than those ones who actually just stick to traditional classroom where they don't have any extra support outside the lessons.
Right.
So I will recommend one-to-one tutoring as it does boost your the grade up using certain techniques that tutoring should provide.
Indeed, and that one-to-one really, you don't get sort of lost in the bigger classroom either, do you? And you can pay attention to individuals. And sometimes then kids don't feel embarrassed in terms of asking the questions. They might think it's a silly question, and they might feel a bit more confident. Yes.
No, you're right. Because obviously, we do have a lot of students with a bit of a mental health issues.
Yes.
I think the last month, I think half of the parents states that the child is suffering from mental health, and a quarter of them are refusing to go to school because of that.
Yes.
So I do understand where one-to-one tutoring might help them to get that confidence back up, where they won't be left behind on the current curriculum that they should be following.
Yes, of course, yes. Thank you. And Sidra, from your perspective, you're a student and personal tutor campaigner. So in your experience, how long you have been doing that?
Yes, so I've been doing tutoring. Well, I've been getting one-to-one tutoring for 2 years now.
Right.
So I've got all the experience as I've been. My journey started when I started my A levels.
Yes.
Doing biology, chemistry, and psychology. So I've had the full experience of tutoring, gaining that experience of tutoring, and honestly, I believe that one-to-one tutoring with tutor tutors has completely changed the way I learn.
Yes.
It's the personalised support which is everything, and it's tailored to every individual, and it helps students understand things better, which makes even the most complex topics feel more manageable. And because I am studying, I am aiming to study medicine, hopefully at university, I really appreciate how the tutors focus on building a strong foundation and pushing me to think deeper. It's a lot more focused than classroom learning, I believe, as I'm able to ask as many questions as I need without feeling rushed.
Yes, of course, yes. And so are you in your second year of your A-levels, or you've just started them in your first year? Hello? Sidra, are you still there?
Hello?
Hi, sorry. I was just going to ask you in your first year of A-levels?
Yes.
First year of A-levels?
Second year of A-levels.
Oh, your second year of A-levels. Oh, so big year. So have you already applied to do medicine?
That's correct, yes.
Yes, okay, wonderful. We'll wish you all the best with that. So, in terms,
thanks so much.
Great. So in terms of the tutoring that you're receiving, Sidra, is it online or is it face-to-face?
It's online.
It's online, brilliant.
That's correct.
That's correct. Okay, great. So, Kevin, then, why is online tutoring becoming so popular now?
It's basically because of the flexible learning thing. So there's 2 points. So one of them is because of time management.
Yes.
A lot of students find it easier to manage their time, where we can have more lessons in one night. So instead of traveling to different locations for their lessons. And then the second point is they do have access to better tutors, because they're not stuck into one region. They can get tutors from across the UK. So we have tutors around London, Manchester, Birmingham. We also have in Leeds and also Oxford, and we try to find the best expertise in this subject within our company. So they should be offered these 2 points, which is flexible time and tailored tutors for them.
Brilliant. So
based on where they're located.
Where they're located, yeah, that's fantastic. And again, with online, as you mentioned, you could get a tutor from any part of the UK. It doesn't have to be your specific city where you live. So that's really the accessibility, isn't it? You're able to access that support very easily. So you mentioned mental health earlier, Kevin. So how can tutoring support students with, perhaps, ADHD or mental health issues? What's your experience been like?
No, that's a good question, because as a teacher, we do tend to get a really regular training to make sure we deal with that type of stuff. And even as a tutoring company, we do offer that to every tutor. So what we do tell them for something for ADHD, we do tell them to use different techniques, so that way the student can manage their time, and try to give them short activities, so that way they can always reflect back on what they just did, instead of just spending too long on one activity and getting bored and distracted. And also with the online tutoring, we do, because it's one-to-one, the level of engagement is even higher with someone who has ADHD or someone who has a mental health problem.
Yes.
And it does give the opportunity for a student to cool down, reflect, and then take more time to focus on what they need to work on, rather than what other students need to work on.
Brilliant, thank you. And Sidra, you mentioned earlier the sort of tutoring has really helped you. You're able to ask those deeper questions, etc. But in terms of how has it made the studying easier for you? Is it physically not having to go somewhere? Has that been a sort of the accessibility factor has been very good for you?
Yes, I definitely think that the most important factor is that I enjoy online tutoring with Suited Tutors. It's more convenient, and the quality of teaching is that I can learn from the comfort of my own home, but still get the top level guidance that I need. And the sessions are really engaging, and my tutor makes sure I stay on track with my goals. And I love that every lesson feels very productive, and that we can use interactive tools and resources to break things down. It's honestly made studying a lot more enjoyable and efficient, especially as I work towards a competitive course.
Yes, of course, definitely. And what changes have you noticed since you've been having the tutoring in your grades, since you've sort of had this online tutoring? Have you noticed when you sat your mock A levels to perhaps any other assessments that you've done, you've noticed any noticeable difference in your grades?
Yes, definitely. Yes, that's true. Before, I'd often feel very overwhelmed by difficult topics.
Right.
But now, with the support of tutor tutors, I approach them much more strategically. My tutor breaks things down into simpler steps and helps me tackle the problems from different angles until it clicks. And it's reassuring knowing I'm not on my own with challenging content, especially when I'm preparing for important exams. And having that one-to-one support has taught me how to stay calm, ask the right questions, and really understand the subject, not just memorize it. And I definitely see a massive spike in my grades since I've started tutoring. I've seen that my grades have boosted over the months, and I'm really grateful for that opportunity and the guidance that I've received.
So you would definitely recommend it?
I definitely do, yes.
Definitely recommend it. Excellent. So, Kevin, where can parents or students find out more about Suited Tutor? So if anybody is listening to us, want to do that for their child or children, where can they find out more information?
You can actually find us on Google, or you can actually tap in the website itself called suitedtutor.com. And on that website, it has all the information that you need about what type of tutors we provide, what type of courses we provide, and also how we can help. And if you need any more information, we have a phone number, and you can either email us or send us a text message. So we're quite available at any time.
great. And you cater for all ages? So you would tutor, for
All
example,
ages.
all ages. Brilliant. Excellent. Well, thank you so much for your time, Kevin and Sidra, and wish you all the best with your Suited Tutor. Carry on the good work. And Sidra, wish you all the best with your A-levels, and we hope you get to that medical school.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you.
Thank you
you.
so much.
Bye.
Thank you.
Stay tuned for more captivating conversations and enlightening insights on Suited Tutor, the podcast show that never fails to amaze and delivers an exceptional educational experience. Follow us on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, or LinkedIn at Suited Tutor. Until next time, stay tuned to Suited Tutor's podcast, where education meets empowerment. Thank you for listening, and we'll catch up with you in the next episode.